Hi everybody, Larry Graves here, along with my cat Jinx. So you can either watch Jinx or you can watch me. I think Jinx is a little more entertaining than me, but she doesn't talk too much. I wanted to talk about my past, and I'm kind of thinking back, because I do comedy videos on my other channel, Canadian Studmuffin. And, I was just thinking recently how I started making some people laugh. And I believe I was probably in grade 3. Must have been grade 3. And we all had to write a story or a short story and then read it. I believe we all had to read in front of the class. Maybe we didn't, maybe just a select few of us did. And I don't even remember, all I remember of it now is I was opening up a Christmas present, Christmas morning. It was just one present. And I'm all excited, and I'm opening it up, and it's some stupid present like, I wish I remember what it was, but like a toothbrush or something even worse than that, a brick or whatever. Anyway, I'm reading it in front of my class, absolutely not thinking that I would get a laugh out of it. It was just me being, I guess, a really young kid being creative with my mind. And when I read the story, the class broke up in laughter. And I was really surprised. It's like, whoa, I like this. And so that was the very first time that I remember that I made people laugh, and it felt good. Look at this, eh? She's trying to get all the attention in this video. Another time I really made my classmates laugh, I was in grade 7, or maybe grade 6, and we all had to get our needle for whatever it was, measles, or I don't remember. And so we all had to go, our school had a nurse, so we had to go, our nurse came to our school. So we had to leave the classroom and get our needle and then come back. And of course, there's 2 or 3 kids in the class that are terrified of getting a needle. I wasn't really, although I don't like pain. Whenever I get a needle, I always look away. I just can't watch, but otherwise, I'm okay. So I got my needle, and I don't know why. But on the way back to class, I come into the classroom, and I'm all upset, and I sit down, and I'm crying, like, like that, and all the, the whole class is, oh my God, like, oh, that must have really hurt, all that, and then, whatever I said, I'm okay. And once again, the whole class erupted in laughter. Thank you. So from about grades 3 or 4 up to grade 7, I was the class clown, but not a Robin Williams kind of really outgoing class clown. I was a quiet class clown, like witty, I guess, and just at certain points making people laugh, but I was definitely shy, so there were just space gaps where, I could say something funny here, and then my classmates would laugh. And there's one thing where the class had to vote for a leader of something. I don't remember what it was, and there were like 20-25 kids in the class, and I won. And it's like, oh my God, they like me. So that felt good too. And then my parents moved to a different house, and so I had to go to a different school. And oh, I went to high school, that's it. I went to high school, but in a different area. And I totally changed. I was no longer a class clown. I was even shyer than before. I was quiet. I had a couple of close friends, that was about it. But in high school, I just felt kind of faceless, and the teachers didn't really know me, and of course most of the students didn't know me, so those were kind of depressing times. But as some of you know, I love rock music, and that kind of saved my life in a way. Now, thinking back again to, it would be grade 8, at this point I was at another school, another public school, and by then, even then, I wasn't much of a class clown. And I remember we did this stage play with this guy who did a really great impersonation of Archie Bunker. If some of you remember Archie Bunker from All in the Family, he could do a really, really good impersonation of him. Anyway, we decided to do this short little stupid stage play when the school had different plays. But the thing is, we really didn't have a script. And I believe I played Meathead, from what I remember. And I had another friend in the play too. Anyway, because there is really no script, and the only thing funny about it was this guy could do a really good Archie Bunker, we bombed big time. So I've had a few failures in my life when it comes to comedy. And even more recently, back in about 2004, 2005, I went to a local college here for an advertising course for 2 years. And a lot of the students were much younger than I was, so I felt kind of misplaced in a way. They were very nice to me, but once again, it was almost like high school in a way, and I definitely was not a class clown or anything. Maybe a couple of times people laughed at what I said. And one time, me and this other student had to do this presentation, and we decided to do this kind of comedy skit. And I dressed up as one of my old characters, Alfredo Demento, with a wig, and painted on, or a marker for a mustache. And once again, we bombed. There's nothing worse than silence when you're doing comedy. But it's funny now. And once again, it was, it was just stupid. It wasn't funny, it was stupid. I do some stupid things. And going back again, maybe to 1993, 1994, before the internet came along, how I was creative with comedy was I used to write humorous stories, and I used to do this little newsletter and print it out and give it to family and some friends, and they all enjoyed it. They liked the humor. And I gave a copy of this newsletter to my boss at the time. And I was working at this factory, which I just never felt like I belonged there. And he comes out, while I'm working, he comes out with a new newsletter. He'd read it, and he said, "What are you doing working here?" Like a compliment. And I'm kind of thinking to myself, yeah, what am I doing working here? And go forward a few years, and I worked at a call center in Belleville for not for very long. The training was good. It was 3 months of training, and if you're local, you'll know the company was Stream, which a lot of people come and go from all the time. So the training was really good, but then actually going out on the floor sucked. And it's the first job I ever quit, and I quit after 2 weeks of being out on the floor because I wasn't properly trained. Anyway, when we were about to graduate from the three months of training, I decided to do a comedy video using 7 or 8 different characters, and it would be kind of related to a couple of the people in the class too in this video. And I thought it was pretty funny. Anyway, the teacher of the course enjoyed my videos, so I showed her the DVD, and she loved it. She was laughing, and she said, "Oh, we got to show this to the class on graduation day." And once again, my classmates didn't really know me, I guess maybe 1 or 2 of them thought it was funny, but I was still kind of quiet and reserved in class. So I didn't know what was going to happen, if I was going to bomb again, or if the class was going to erupt into laughter. And so the video was played. It was about a 10-minute long video, and the classroom laughed all the way through. They loved it. And that made me feel so good, because at the time, even like now, I have my YouTube channel with my comedy videos, and I've gotten a lot of nice comments through the years for my comedy. "Oh, you make me laugh. Oh, you're so funny." But in a way, it's way different to actually be in a room with people laughing at you, like, "Oh my God, I'm funny. They're laughing at what I created there." Maybe they're laughing at me. No, but they were laughing at the video that I made, and that made me feel so good, without getting too egotistical. So that was played in the class, and I felt great. And later that day, one of the big shots from Stream, one of the big managers, the teacher had told him about the video and to come to the class and watch it and play it for the whole class again. The whole class wanted to see it again. And honestly, I was scared, because at that time I thought, I don't want to lose my job. Because it was, although it didn't mention the company Stream, it was still kind of a put down in some ways. There were some negative things in there and really stupid things. But anyway, the manager's sitting there watching it, and he was kind of laughing, and of course the whole class was erupting in laughter again, maybe even more than the first time. And at the end of it, he turns to me and says, "What are you doing working here?" So that's the second time somebody said that to me. And just like working at that factory, I never really, working for a call center is not what I want to do with my life. Now, going forward a bit and going through depression, my marriage breakup, and my first wife passing away from cancer in 2004. I've just grown in so many ways, and now I work at a place, McKesson, Canada, where I actually, the work is sometimes hard and all that, but I feel very comfortable there. I'm totally myself. I wouldn't say I'm the class clown of McKesson, but I'm just very comfortable in my own skin now, which I wasn't in the past in school, at Stream, or at any factory that I worked in. So it's just, that's just my story of my comedy career that I can remember at this point in my life. What do you mean it was boring? I thought I told a couple of good stories there. Yes. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. That's the story of my comedy life. Oh, I also did a stage play. When I was going through my depression thing, I was kind of stuck in this apartment for a year. I didn't have a job or anything. I've told the story before. And I knew I had to do something, so I did this comedy play. I figured I'd only have a couple of lines, but I was one of the main actors in the play. I had to learn a lot of lines, which I didn't think I would be able to do, but I did it. I was on a stage. People were laughing at the script. I think I was a pretty good actor in the play for it being my first time. So something I'm proud of. Bye.